Hi, I'm Gresham, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Markham Park Target Range here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In a few minutes, we'll begin our coverage of the 8th Annual Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge. But before we do, Tom Gresham and I would like to talk to you a few minutes about this unique competition.
The Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge was designed from the ground up as a competition that would be wide open to everyone who likes to shoot. There are no pre-shoot requirements or classification restrictions on entrance. So it's not surprising that the largest class by far is the sportsman's class. Men and women who enjoy shooting, but are not necessarily top shooters or even registered shooters in other disciplines. They've also added a novice class, the first-time team challenge competitors. It's a perfect way to get your feet wet, even if you've never shot in this kind of all-around competition.
Of course, the open class attracts many of the top competitive shooters in the country in many disciplines, and that's a real bonus for everyone else. Instead of just watching from the stands, sportsman and novice class shooters get to rub elbows and shoot side by side with many of the top guns in the world. It's not that far from getting a turn at bat in a major league game or getting to tee off with the pros in a PGA event.
For the most part, the team challenge was developed with the weekend shooter in mind. For one thing, no course of fire requires a highly customized or even a specialized target firearm. In fact, one of the things that many of the competitors tell me they like about the team challenge is that they already have the guns they need to compete, whether it's a favorite bird gun or a .22 autoloader. What it really comes down to is that there isn't a target out here that you can't hit with an out-of-the-box gun.
And it's not just the top couple of teams that finish in the money. In both the sportsman and novice classes, the payout goes all the way down to the 15th place. The total purse in the sportsman's class is over $40,000, and the novice class pays out over $6,000. That translates into 5th and 6th place winnings of more than a few $1,000s. And in the team challenge, you don't have to shoot a perfect or near perfect score to place among the winners. In fact, last year, the winners in the sportsman and novice classes hit only about 2/3 of all the targets.
Of course, as in any shooting game, practice is the key. The National Shooting Sports Foundation holds Team Challenge preview events in regions around the country where you can experience these courses of fire firsthand. You can also get a free copy of the Team Challenge Competitor's Manual, which contains courses of fire diagrams as well as suggestions on how you can practice on your own.
You know, the Sportsman's Team Challenge reminds me of a good old-fashioned shooting match. It's open to anybody who wants to step up to the line. The accent is on good shooting, not on elaborate guns and gear. And it's what good shooting fun is all about. So I hope to see you down here in Florida next year, and I hope you enjoy the show. For more information on the Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge preview events, or to get a free copy of the Competitor's Manual, write to the following address: Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge, National Shooting Sports Foundation, 11 Mile Hill Road, Newtown, Connecticut, 06470. It takes speed, it takes accuracy, it takes teamwork. From the first buzzer to the last shot, this shooting tournament challenges competitors across the board with a unique series of handgun, rifle, and shotgun courses of fire. So stay tuned for the 1997 Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge.
Chevy Trucks, Shooting Sports America.
Hi, I'm Gresham, shooting editor for Sports Field magazine. And on behalf of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this year's Chevy Truck Team Challenge National Championship here at the Markham Park Target Range in Fort Lauderdale. And joining me to cover the action is fellow Sports Field editor Tom Gresham.
Good to be here, Grits. You know, this Chevy Truck event is unique in two respects. Shooters here compete not in one, but in 6 different courses of fire, 3 shotgun events, and 3 rifle, pistol, and combination events. And instead of going to the line individually, all competition here is based on 3-person teams.
Following 2 days of preliminary competition, this field of more than 70 teams has been whittled down to just 3 who will advance to the championship round.
Well, that's right, and those 3 teams represent some of the very best shooters in the country. For instance, the Sierra Starline team, with David Tubb and Doug Koenig, have added Mike Plaxco, one of the very best shooters in the country. These guys are going to be tough here.
So will Team Dillon. They've been there for a long time, and all 3 of these have shot together for years. Art Meyer, Rob Latham, Mike Boyd. They come close to winning it 2 or 3 times, and they're going to be tough this time. Team Texas has added a new member. Jeff Shoppy and Robert Massey have picked up a fellow named Bruce Nemo, who is only the 2-time All-America Sporting Clays champion. Stay tuned for more final round action from the Sportsman's Team Challenge.
Chevy Trucks Shooting Sports America is brought to you by Winchester, Google, and Chevy Trucks.
All right, the first event, the Flurry. Sierra Starline at the line.
It's critical to a team to get all 5 of these first 5 targets. It sets them off on a good pace.
Ready?
Here we go.
Oh.
This Flurry event is a fast action one where they have targets coming in over their heads, 5 targets thrown at once, and then one about every second until they throw 50 targets.
So the key to it is the shooters keeping in sequence so that somebody's got a live shell in the gun when the target comes.
You can tell how well they're doing by how far ahead of them they're taking those targets. Right now, they're doing very well. Looked like a pretty good performance there, but I tell you, they missed 2 in that initial flurry. It looked like 1 or 2 got away from them during the rest of the time.
The bird's a little fast, hard to see, but always a challenge.
Well, after that terrific performance by Sierra Starline, they ended up with 94 points out of that initial flurry. Team Dillon knows it's going to have to bear down. Mike Boyd on the left, Rob Latham in the middle, Art Meyer in the right-hand box. All right, here we go.
Whoa!
Let one get by in that initial flurry. Now they just have to get themselves on track to see how quickly they can take them. If they're taking it out in front of the boxes, you know that they're in sync. When one gets straight overhead, you know somebody is missing.
Now they're back in the swing.
Yep. Good looking run here. I tell you, these guys are shooting really well.
Ceasefire. Unload your shotgun, take the line safe and clear.
I missed one. Everything's a lot quicker and faster, so I think we shot okay on it. We'll find out. Always leave that up to scorekeepers.
Team Texas got into this championship round in a triple overtime shootout. They know what they're going to have to do here.
Got them all.
Got it.
They're in rhythm. I think they've got a chance to run all of these, Tom.
I wouldn't be surprised. That one slipped by while Jeff Shoppy had his head down. He was reloading, and one got by from the right, slipped in there on his side. I'll tell you, their strategy, they're using Jeff as a backup on some of these. And he'll take the right-hand target if it comes in from his side. Looked like a really good round. It's just going to be, according to the judge, just a couple of those if they got a piece of them.
Boy, those did come faster than yesterday.
I think I dropped 1 or 2. That's myself. I think everybody cleaned the rest.
Tom, we have a new bonus system in effect this year.
After each team shoots, they select one of their team members to shoot 2 extra targets. Doug Koenig is going to be shooting for the Sierra Starline team. He has a choice of 2, 4, or 8-point targets. All right, Doug gets that one.
It certainly puts a different complexion on the
Another
event.
4-pointer. When you're ready, call pull loudly.
Pull it.
And he breaks that one. So they pick up 8 points there. That added to their 94 gives them a 102 total out of the flurry. Mike Boyd from Team Dillon is going after that really tough 8-point target.
Oh!
And it gets away
Hey,
from him.
that's a miss.
It looked as if he was setting up too far right on that target.
You decided what you're going to take for a second shot, Mike.
He's going after that 8-point target again. It almost forces him to go after it now.
Oh!
And he breaks it. Picks up his 8 points there. Woo, that was fast.
So that keeps them 2 points in front.
Play it again.
We're going to play it again.
After missing his first bonus target, Robert Massey went for a second one and ended up missing again. So at the end of the flurry event, it was Dillon in the lead with a 104, Sierra Starline 2 points back with a 102, and Team Texas with no bonus points in with a 94. So we've got this mixed bag event coming up.
In this event, each shooter gets a pair of targets, but they don't know where the targets are going to come from. So their teammates are spotting and calling which traps are coming from.
These are awful tough targets.
The wind has come up, the front is approaching, bouncing the targets around. Some of them are actually being pushed down by the wind, and those are even harder because you have a tendency to shoot over those, just as Art Meyer just did on that target. really tough birds.
Oh, got that last target way out.
It was way out there. Next up in the mixed bag event is Team Texas. Team Dillon, which was in the lead coming in here, has opened the door. They only got 84 points at this station. These guys can pick up some right here. They look like they're confident.
Incomer!
And Jeff Shoppy breaks his.
Incomer, Rob!
There's Robert Massey.
Oh, he got that long target. He was dropping just over the water out there.
Jeff continues to go straight on this station.
Very nice.
Got both of them. Did well.
Yeah,
Finished
baby.
up strong for that team. Looked like a pretty good exhibition there. I tell you, we have to wait for the official score here.
Still a few more rounds to go, and we're hanging in there.
Both Team Dillon and Team Texas have shot scores of 84. Third team up in the mixed bag is Sierra Starline. They came into this with 102 points out of Flurry. Only 2 back from Team Dillon.
Dropped one of those first ones.
Right, David Tubb gets
Another
one
one
of
of
his. Mike Plaxico gets both of his. All of a sudden, we've got a big gust of wind up here. Those targets are drifting a lot more than they were just a minute ago.
I think they're going to lose ground here instead of gaining.
I agree with you. I do not think that they help themselves on the calls on this one.
It was that's a tricky pair on the right there, and it's a visual thing. And first bird you see is not the first bird you want to kill. And I just kind of read it wrong. I said, no, I'll go back and kill the other bird, then go kill the other bird. So just can't panic.
Next up, we have the flush event, which is kind of like the Flurry, except all the targets, instead of coming toward the shooters, are going away from the shooters. Here we go. 5 targets all at once. Looks like they got them all. Dropped one there, and now they have to get back in sync.
After a great start, Team Texas seemed to lose their rhythm and ended up with a disappointing score of 68. Sierra Starline was up next and put together a solid round with a final score of 84. Last up, the Dillon team came on strong, posting the high score on this event, an 88.
I think we did okay on that. I got a couple of them got away from me, but I think overall it looked like it was a pretty clean run. Didn't see a whole lot of things out there flying around laughing at us, so we're okay.
Jeff Shoppy is going to shoot the bonus targets for Team Texas, and he breaks that 8-point target.
Did he get on that fast or what?
Oh,
Sierra Starline is back now. He can probably go for the same thing.
oh my.
Missed that first one.
Get off the front, David. Same foot. Look at the bird. Oh!
They got that one. So they picked up 8 points. Art Meyer shooting for Team Texas. Missed it. We have a whole new ball game here.
A tough break for Art. He missed both bonus targets. So at the end of the shotgun event, it's Sierra Starline in the lead with 300 points and Dillon 8 points back with a 292.
Good luck, guys.
We're moving into the rifle event here. All 3 team members are shooting rifle and targets out to 90 yards.
And targets down to 1 inch in size. Sierra Starline is in the lead, and they certainly want to do well here.
They just cleaned the 60-yard bank. 75-yard bank is clean. They're moving all the way out to the 90. They're all working on the 90-yard bank now. They got almost all of them, but I don't believe they cleaned them all, though.
I shot okay on that. Team collectively, I think we did good. A couple gusts of winds out there makes it really difficult on the small targets.
Commence fire!
Team Dillon is next up in the rifle event. They came into this 8 points back, but Sierra Starline, the team that's leading, left the door open because they left 6 points out there that they didn't get. If these guys can run this thing straight, they can pick up 6 points right here. And they have already cleared the close-in banks.
See Mike Voigt's going for that 75-yard bank.
So much of this is a matter of luck. If the wind will hold, right now it's not blowing hard. When it starts gusting, it pushes them around.
That's right.
And that's time. It was a good performance. They were not able to get that one target on the 90-yard bank to fall, and that kept them from moving into the bonus targets there.
Commence fire!
Team Texas comes into this stage with a 278, which is pretty far behind, but given the performance of those other 2 teams, which left the door open, there's plenty of room for them. They have to knock them all down.
They're off to a good start.
They decided to work on that 90-yard bank and the 60-yard bank, which is interesting, leaving the close-up ones for later. Different strategy from the other teams.
They have a good chance of running all these now.
All All right, 15 seconds left. They're pretty close to clearing the whole thing. All right, they're all down. They're going to the bonus. This is the first team to really be able to have some time to work on the bonus. That's about time. They were able to clear everything, but they were not able to move to the small bonus targets. Those are so tough, but that's the best performance we've seen so far.
Absolutely. Here at the Team Challenge, there's a separate industry class, which always leads to heated competition among these corporate rivals.
And the winner of the industry class is Winchester's team, setting a new record. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, how'd you guys do that?
A little bit of luck and a lot of practice.
That's great shooting. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
In the highly competitive sportsman's class with more than 50 teams entered, the championship wasn't decided until the last round, with Team Borkwartson coming out on top.
Great shooting by WTS Volkwartson. You guys were shooting in some tough conditions out there.
Well, between the weather condition and the tough competition of the other teams, it made for a good match.
Really did. Going to be back next year?
Yes, sir. We'll be back in the pro class.
Oh, way to go. Congratulations.
Before the competition got underway, a group of NFL players gathered at Markham Park for a special charity event hosted by former Dolphin defensive back Steve Entman.
We're trying to raise money to work on gun safety with kids. And then we're going to, in the process, we're basically promoting shooting sports a little bit by getting those guys out here. You know, it's football players who, as you can see, really can't shoot too well.
Each player in this event was teamed up with one of the top shooting pros at the Team Challenge. And after the last shot was fired in this all-around competition, it was the team led by Matt Vanderbeek coming out on top.
That's a pretty fine shooting.
Well, thank you very much. Whew, I was a little nervous there. Went all right, though. They just fell.
Hey, friend, here you go.
The next to last competition in the championship round is one of the toughest, the combo event. Tom, this combo event is really different.
Well, it is. In this event, they shoot both rifle and handgun. You have one team member shooting a rifle, two of them shooting handguns, all rim fire. All right, 1 minute, 35 seconds. Team Dillon is shooting the combo event.
They're 22 points behind. They can use a good run here.
They've chosen to have Mike Voigt shoot the rifle. We have a gun problem here. Mike Voigt is struggling to clear a gun jam. This could be serious. He is clearing that gun jam. He's back on target now. That costs him valuable seconds, and that rifle is critically important, shooting at that long-range 80-yard target. And that is unfortunate. It really messed him up there.
They've got to be very unhappy about that round.
That's as bad as it gets.
Team Texas is up now. They are third coming into this combo event, but they're only 9 points back from Team Dillon. So they would really like to move up and take second place here. They have an excellent chance to make up some ground to take second place here.
Well, they're mowing those 25-yard targets down with a handgun.
Ooh, this is good. As you might expect, they have Robert Massey shooting the rifle. He is the rifle shooter. The other two guys are shooting the handguns, and now they are loading furiously, trying to keep the rifle in action all the time. They have 19 seconds left. I think this tough wind is really making this harder than it was earlier on.
And this sprinkle of rain isn't helping either.
All right, we have 5 seconds left. It looks like these guys may have a chance to take second place here.
Jeff, you're your only hope.
Looks like an excellent run by Team Texas. Hard to know. Maybe enough to move them into second place here. We'll just have to see. Sierra Starline. They come in here as the leaders. And after the other two teams have already shot here, all this team can do is stretch his lead out a bit.
They only need to pick up 30 points here to pass the second team again. And they're going to obviously shoot better than that in this one.
Right. Every point they score more than 30 points here increases their lead on their way toward the $33,000 first prize for the team for winning the Sportsman's Team Challenge. This looks like a good run.
Koenig is doing a great job on those 75-yard targets.
David Tubb is hammering those 80-yard targets way out there. He has cleared the 80-yard bank already. Mike Plaxco is reloading for both shooters, keeping them in the game. These guys came into this event as the leaders, and it looks like they're going to stretch their lead. This is a terrific performance. Look at that. They have cleared the whole thing. Amazing. The only team to clear the whole combo event.
So after the combo event, it was Sierra Starline on top with a 508 and Team Texas in second with 447 points. Stay tuned for more action from Markham Park.
Chevy Trucks Shooting Sports America is brought to you by Marlin, Federal, and Chevy Trucks.
After completing 5 events, the Sierra Starline team is showing why it is a perennial powerhouse in the shooting game. They lead by more than 50 points going into the final handgun event.
Yeah, now the race is for second place, where Team Texas is in the lead, but only by 9 points.
Well, that's right, and there's an $8,000 difference between second and third place. A lot of money to these shooters, and with only 9 points, either team could take it. The skies have opened up here in South Florida. It's raining. That's going to make this last station even tougher. We have the final handgun event.
And the third place team, the Dillon team, is off and running, literally.
The first segment here is the precision rimfire event. It's a race against time and targets. Team Dillon is 9 points back going into this stage. They really want to make it up. They would really like to take second place here.
Well, he's getting those targets down awfully fast. And here he comes.
All right, coming back. Got a bonus target. You got them all. Mike Voigt on the line. He's going to be shooting the center fire here. Oh, my.
He missed 3 targets in a row there.
Uncharacteristic. Something has happened here.
Something's wrong with his...
I don't know what's going on. He may have an equipment problem. He was trying to hit that bonus target out there early on. He's cleared it. Interesting strategy, trying to go for the bonus target. He got it, but I tell you what, he didn't leave Art Meyer very much time. He has about 12 seconds.
That's not enough.
5 seconds left, a full bank of targets left. It does not look like that's going to be enough, but we'll have to see. All right, that's the limit there. I tell you what, they got a lot, but I don't know if they got enough.
No, that was a strange policy, I thought, to go for the bonus target first. When they only leave him about 12 seconds there, it's not enough time.
All right, Jeff Shopping goes to the line here. Quite simply, they need 90 points to tie and 91 points to win second place in this tie competition.
Just a little matter of $8,000. And the rain comes down harder.
The South Florida rainstorm is coming in. It's pouring down. Sometimes that makes these guys shoot better. They're able to concentrate. They know they have to think right through the rain, through the tough conditions.
Well, he's really rolling them down now.
He's going after that bonus target now. I don't know if it's a good strategy to keep going after that.
He's taking a lot of time.
He's burning up a lot of time on that target.
He's making a mistake there. Here he comes. He didn't get it. I don't believe he got the bonus target.
Bruce Nemo up here shooting the big gun on center fire action. Conditions here are so bad that almost anything can happen. Lightning is popping around the area. Thunder is rolling. Robert Massey is coming up. He's the last shooter. They don't have any time left.
He got off in one shot.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable.
Going for that bonus target over there really cost them.
When they really did not have to have it.
They just think they just went from second place to third place.
I tell you, that is a mental error, and they spent all that time on that bonus target, which was worth a lot of points, but they could have won it without it. The Dillon team is going to be the team that goes home with $16,000, passing up Team Texas in the very last stage of this 6-stage event.
And here we go.
The Sierra Starline team comes in with a big lead, and while that may have seemed insurmountable before, the rain pours down on your shooting glasses, obscures your sights, It just makes shooting difficult, and that doesn't even count the mental factor. Holy cow, that's fast shooting. That Doug Koenig over there doing his shooting, he is one of the best pistol shooters in the country, probably in the world.
Yeah, many people consider him the best all-around shot with all guns in the nation.
Great shooting by Doug Koenig. Mike Plaxco's up next. Mike will be shooting the centerfire action gun. Mike's a fast shooter.
He hasn't missed a one.
Holy cow, he's a fast shooter.
One for the bonus.
Got it. Man, that's some great shooting. And with plenty of time left for these guys.
He's going to have at least 20 seconds.
All right, they have David Tubb up here on this long-range event. These guys came in with a huge lead, and now we're seeing why. This is some fabulous shooting. David Tubb, known for his rifle shooting, nobody expects him to be able to shoot a handgun, and yet he's sitting there mowing these targets down. This is a phenomenal performance. The Sierra Starline team is going to win it, going away, stretching their lead. What an incredible performance. Sierra Starline wins the 1997 Sportsman's Team Challenge event.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Chevy Truck and the National Shooting Sports Foundation, congratulations on your first place finish. The weather wasn't perfect, but your shooting nearly was.
Thank you.
A great performance indeed. Sierra Starline has shown us once again why they're the team to beat in this tough all-around competition. See you next time on Chevy Truck's Shooting Sports America.